So this week Beyond the Gates was definitely an eye opener. We got to double down on some stuff that happened the week before, and a few people are showing their true colors. Mm-mm-mm. Let's talk about it. Well, the roof has finally blown off of this crazy thruple, okay? Tomas has officially crossed the line. Officially crossed the line. He has slept with Eva. And I am so disappointed in both of them. I tell you, when Kat called both of them trash, I was like, exactly, because that's exactly what both of you are. What really killed me was the sense of entitlement that Eva had throughout the whole time. Like the moment that Tomas was caught, his face was like a deer in headlights. He was ready to be like, oh no, please. Like already, even with him trying to say, oh, I thought we were broken up, which is straight BS. Because as a grown man in a grown relationship, you should have a grown conversation with the person that you were in a relationship with before you just decide that y'all are done and you can go sleep with someone else. So absolutely no, Tomas, you don't get that pass. But Eva, oh my goodness. This is the first time that I felt like Leslie may actually be Eva's biological mother because the apple don't fall too far from the tree. Shout out to Amber, the actress who is Eva, because she definitely put on a show. I was so intrigued and just caught in the moment when she went from completely entitled and feeling like, yeah, girl, I ain't got no reason to explain nothing to you. Me and Tomas are grown. I love this. This was amazing. For Tomas to be like, no, I still want to be with Kat. Sorry. And she hit the I have become my mother, which was exactly what I didn't want to do. I'm glad you see it now, Eva girl. I'm glad you see it now. But the sad part about it is this is the origin story, not the end. Not the end. Because what we would want is for both Eva and Kat to say, forget this little bugaboo. Forget this lame-o that can't be truthful with either one of us. Forget him and let's go and find our own man and actually work on our sisterhood, whatever. Although, no, ain't no working on that sisterhood. I'm with Kat. Give me my bag back and don't talk to me no more because you definitely showed me your true colors. So, no, forget that sisterhood, but they need to be done with Tomas completely. I was just completely shocked that Kat was still like, oh, who said we're broken up? Girl, wake up and smell the lame man, okay? He is not for you. I love when Chelsea hit Kat with the Catherine because, girl, you talking crazy, okay? You talking crazy. Yes, Eva is an opportunist. Yes, she saw that weak spot in Tomas, just like her mom saw that weak spot in Ted and decided to hop on it, literally and figuratively. Okay. But that does not excuse Tomas from being horrible, from being a horrible man, a horrible person. Like, no, I need for Kat to be realistic and kick this man to the curb. Now, yes, we're already here. Yes, he is her first, which I just hate for her. I really do hate for her. And I hope that she's able to get up under a real man and understand that she's not the one that's broken in this situation. But at the end of the day, this ain't it. This ain't it. And the fact that Eva is going to take her mother's advice even more and try to fight for him even more is just disgusting. Like, what is it about this man? He not even that fine. Like, please do better, both of y'all. But Eva, no, that apple does not fall far from the tree, boo boo, and you do not get a pass from me. I'm telling you, there was really a time when I liked Eva, but she has obviously been just manipulative and playing the victim role from the very beginning. And Kat is right; she saw it from jump. She saw it from jump. Everybody tried to say, "Oh, give Eva the benefit of the doubt," but Kat saw it from jump, and now we see. Now we see. And it was so sad when Kat asked Chelsea, like, are the Dupree women cursed? Like, are we just destined to be cheated on? And that's so sad. Like, here we are. We're 3 for 3 at this point. Bill cheated, Ted cheated, and now Tomas? Like, dang. Is this the show setting up the stage for us to be accepting of Vernon cheating? Because at this point, he's the only man that's actually a stand-up guy, other than Martin. Martin hasn't cheated from what we know. But this is just getting insane. I mean, is no one faithful in Fairmont Crest? Goodness. I love this show, like for real. Because the moment when I think that I have it all figured out, they throw me a curveball. I was so excited last week when I saw the announcement that Naomi and Jacob were going to be pregnant, right? Y'all saw the video. Roll the clip. And how exciting is it that in the coming episodes, there's going to be a pregnancy announcement? I can't wait to see Naomi pregnant. She's going to be the cutest thing. I know, I know. I was over here in pre-baby bliss and I completely missed the mark. I had no clue that Naomi never wanted to have kids. Now let's talk about it. First of all, Naomi, for a woman that's fully married and says that they never want to have kids, how are you only taking the birth control pill? That is nowhere near the most reliable form of birth control, girl. You are married, okay? Which means I'm sure y'all throwing it in a circle daily, okay? Hourly, I mean, who can blame you? You got a fine husband and the bed of marriage is undefiled. Check your Bibles, okay? So, yeah, Naomi, I'm not with it, with you just popping pills for that to be the birth control prevention method for y'all, for you to never want kids. Like, I could see if you were like, oh, I'm on pause right now, like I'm not trying to have a kid right now. But for her to never want kids and to be only taking the pills, girl, we got to do better. We got to look at better options. All right, maybe an IUD, maybe the little arm thing. Like, you got to do something better than a pill, because that's nowhere near reliable enough to never get pregnant. Like, okay. I gotta say, watching them having this disagreement was heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. And the scary part about it is the way that Naomi ended their conversation. I wouldn't be surprised if she asked for a divorce. Let's walk through this though. Let's walk through this. As a woman who is currently without children, as a choice, right? I'm not married yet. My husband is on the way, Lord willing, and Godspeed. But I don't have any children, and that was a choice of mine, very deliberately, right? So for you to get married, this is what really got me, okay? Because I really thought that her and Jacob were on the same page. That's what I like so much about them as a couple. I thought that they understood each other. But for Jacob to act all happy about this announcement, knowing that Naomi never wanted kids, it's giving up. It's giving switch up. Like, what's up with that? Yes, children are a blessing. Yeah. But for Jacob to come out and be like, oh, I know you never wanted kids, but I thought, when and if you got pregnant, that we would just go with it. Excuse me? That's not what she said. Let this be a caution to y'all. Okay? When people tell you who they are, believe them. Naomi was clear with Jacob, obviously, multiple times before they got married, with the fact that she didn't want kids. And it's very annoying for him to act all excited and surprised when she still wants to stand on that. Sir, I thought we were partners in this. I thought we were a team. We were on the same page before we got married that we didn't want kids. So what's all of this now? That's the problem with y'all. That's the problem with y'all. You marry people thinking that you can change the person. No. Who that person is when they say that they want to marry you is 9 times out of 10 who they're going to be throughout y'all marriage. So yes, Jacob, it's messed up for you to act like you're surprised that she doesn't want this kid. And then for you to be like, oh, well, I'll deal with it every single time. All of the late night feedings, everything. I got you. We're in this together. That's cute. That's cute. But she's not saying that she doesn't want to have kids because she wants to get beauty rest. She has a career that she wants to uphold. And Mr. On Your Way to Detective, are you going to be the one to give up your career when that kid needs something? What if the kid is special needs? You never know. Having children is such an up in the air situation like this. And for him to not be supportive is ridiculous. Honestly, I'm disappointed. Honestly, I'm disappointed. Now, I do think that Jacob is going to love Naomi and stay with Naomi with whatever decision that she makes, but he does give Boy Scout. If she's leaning towards not having this child, how is that going to affect the way that he looks at her? Right? Is this going to become something that he resents her for? And if that's the case, then she's on track with ending the relationship, to be honest. From her tone at the end of that conversation, she was like, you'll be an amazing father. And it's giving, I'll let you go. I'll let you go find the woman that you can have a full family with and leave me to the work that I have dedicated my life to. And I can't be mad, Naomi. I can't be mad. Hopefully they're able to work this out because they still are my favorite couple. But this was an eye-opening conversation. And I love how this show really prompts certain conversations that are kind of swept under the rug, conversations that you really wouldn't have. But this pushes you to talk about being honest in your relationship before you make the big bounds and leaps to be together. Because Naomi was obviously very clear that she didn't want to have kids before they got married. That's on you, Jacob, for thinking that that'll change just because life happens. No, sir. No. And now we're dealing with the after effect. I really hope they stay together though. Don't leave him just yet, Naomi. Like just let him process. Child. Danny and Bill done smooched. Lord have mercy. Who else saw it coming? Who else saw it coming? Bill has been obsessed with Danny since he saw that hug that she had with Andre at the Grand's house when we were still looking for Chelsea. That man has been on high alert. And now that he knows that Danny and Andre are married, he is spiraling. Spiraling. I mean, that scene of them being in his office and going back and forth, like, oh, let's throw insults so that we just can't stand each other anymore. Now, you knew that wasn't going to work. You knew that was going to hype you up. Bill loves the tornado that is Danny, obviously. And she is living rent free in that brain, okay? The scene of him and Haley trying to get it on, and Danny is just running all up and through that brain of his. Ooh. This is why Haley is constantly trying to get pregnant. She's trying to solidify her spot in Bill's life. She understands that just being his wife, even though it's a step up from being his mistress, is not enough. It's not enough. Danny and Bill have decades between them. And although they don't want to be together anymore, at least that's what they say, they'll always have that history. And the fact that Haley thinks that by her having a kid will automatically put her above Danny and they can just create their own little family and forget about everybody else, not going to happen. Not going to happen, Haley. Danny isn't going anywhere. You got to understand that. You got to understand that. And I hope she's ready for plan B because her leaving Bill hurts nobody but herself. Because where you going to go, girl? Your job is wrapped up in him. You ain't got no other family, at least not that we know of. I'm telling you, once they start hinting to the fact that Haley doesn't have anyone else other than Bill, that's when Randy gonna pop back up. That's when we're finally gonna figure out who Randy is to Haley, what relationship they have. Is that her brother? Is that her former man? Is that her still man that they're trying to scheme Bill for some money? We'll figure out what that relationship is very soon. But this here, This is messy. And I have absolutely not one drop of sympathy for Bill nor Haley. Okay? The mess that they're going through right now is completely self inflicted. Haley, your insecurities are valid. Okay? Because yes, that man still loves his ex wife. He still wants a relationship with her. And yes, he wants his cake and eat it too. And the fact that he threw in there in that argument, the fact that that he bought all of this stuff for her. He bought the house. He's created this cushion life for her. And instead of enjoying it with him, she's, arguing and creating fights. That's where it starts, girl. He's starting to clock it. He's starting to say, oh, girl, I'm paying for all this. You need to shut up. Because that's what he thought you was going to do. Okay, mistress. You came in trying to be his safe space, his soft space to land when he was having problems with his wife in his previous marriage. So he expected you to hold that same role. So now you trying to get a backbone and you try to give your opinion and stand up for yourself and everything. Girl, that's not on brand. He didn't marry you for that. He married Danny to be a strong woman. That's not what he married you for. So either you dull it down and get happy with the spot that he put you in, or be ready to be put out. Okay. And Bill, this is the cake that you wanted, right? Eat it. Eat the cake. Okay. This is what you wanted. You went over there and told Danny that you were going to have dinner with y'all two daughters, and she was no longer invited because you didn't want your child bride, your new wife, to feel insecure. And you got upset that she went and found her own man. You're already excluding her out of the family. And now that she's gone to create her own family, you mad. You jealous. You throwing out things like his height and his age. Oh, boo boo, do you not see the munchkin that you married? I'm confused. What did Alicia Keys say? What goes around comes around. What goes up must come down. Now who's crying, desiring to come back to me? It's a sad tale, Bill. All right, now I got mixed feelings about this here marriage. Okay. Last week it was cute. It was cute with the whole Vegas marriage and all, da 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 da. And then they were gonna annul it because it was a spur of the moment situation. Now this whole us against the world skit, it's not cutting it. Now, granted, did Andre read every Dupree for filth so far? Absolutely. Absolutely. I have definitely enjoyed seeing him go to toe with Nicole because she was, the first one to give him grief about the marriage. That whole scene with Andre and Naomi, when Naomi walks in the house and tries to grill him, no, girl. No, girl. And it was so interesting how Naomi tried to bring out every little drop of tea that she thought she had on them, right? Oh, you still in love with Andre. You still in love with Ashley. Oh, she's still in love with Bill. Oh, did you know that they da 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 da? Oh, did you know? And Andre was like, yes. I've known everything that's happened between them. We're truthful with each other. Now what? And period, Andre. Period. Now, I appreciate them defending each other and their marriage to other people. Danny has the same energy for sure. But now that they're saying that they're going to stay married, I don't like where this is going for Andre. It's giving Andre is going to be the one to get hurt, especially when Danny started giving her ground rules for this marriage. The first thing she says is that monogamy didn't work for her first marriage, so she's not going to push it for this one. Girl, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Yes, cheating ended your first marriage, but if you were okay with monogamy, you probably would have been more open to having a conversation with Bill than being down for the divorce. Now, granted, Bill was ready to just leave and be with Haley. So there's really no conversation when it comes to that. I get. But to completely say, okay, now I'm ready for an open relationship, Danny, no, you're not. No, you're not, because you're insulting Ashley every chance you get. Every time you bring up Ashley, you're calling her all of these different names. Are the names valid? Pretty much. But it doesn't negate the fact that you still have animosity towards her because you know that Andre likes her. So this whole open marriage mess, I don't believe. I definitely think it's going to be a problem. And the fact that she won't let Andre move in, he could have his own room, but this is a big house, girl. Don't try to This is not going to go well. It's going to fizzle out faster than they think. Now that Dr. McBride is gone, technically, we still haven't seen a body yet. But, and even if we did, it's a soap opera. But according to the storyline right now, Doug McBride is deceased. So we got introduced to a new character this week, Donnell, who is one of the two in the set of twins that Dr. McBride and Vanessa have together. So Donnell has come back from college. His sister stayed because she didn't want to mess up her process. But he came back to get some answers, and he has definitely ruffled some feathers while he's been there. His questions about his dad's drinking is valid. He is a kid trying to figure out what type of life his dad was living because this death was so sudden. But he's definitely asking the questions that a child would ask in the midst of adults, right? There's so many moments when he's addressing Vanessa or Joey or someone else where I'm like, oh, you're just such a kid. And I do think that it's notable that everybody wants to keep Doug looking good in Donnell's eyes. I think we definitely see a better side of Doug through Donnell's eyes when he starts talking about all the stuff that Doug has taught him and how he was expecting to have a father son moment with his first drink when he came back after turning 21. Just so many wholesome moments where it's like, wow, Doug was obviously a good father to his kids. And there is a side of him that we didn't see because we met him with the addiction. We met him when the drinking was heavy, when the gambling was heavy. So having the son come in and give us a deeper insight on who Doug was as a father in the home definitely creates a softer spot for him and makes you feel even deeper for the fact that he has to bury his father. Because no one wants to do that. That's definitely a tough situation. And it's really sad just to see him grieving through every scene that he's in. But I do believe that he's going to get some answers. And Vanessa is not ready for those questions. Now, my question to Joey is what the heck are you doing, sir? We all know that you had something to do with Doug's demise. Okay. We all know that you orchestrated that. And now for him to try to be playing daddy dearest to Donnell is just twisted. I don't even know why Vanessa let it go on that long. It's obvious that he's trying to create some type of relationship with Donnell to maybe even slide in and be the father that he doesn't have anymore. And that's twisted, Joey. That's really twisted. Even to consider the fact that he didn't just get rid of Doug because he was going to out him to the police. He got rid of Doug because he wanted to be with Vanessa and still does. Do you think that in the back of Joey's mind that once this whole Doug thing blows over, that he can get with Vanessa completely and create a relationship with their kids to where now he can play stepdad? Whoa. If that's the case, him and Vanessa really do belong to each other because they're both pretty delulu. That is insane for him to think that he can become a family man after messing with Doug's life and then taking Doug's life. You think that that's how that works? No, no. Karma is too big for that, sir. That's not going to happen. There's definitely going to be something to burst this bubble, and I do think that it's going to be Donnell. I do think that he's going to be the one to shine the light on the weird relationship that Vanessa and Joey have right now, and it's going to blow the roof off of whatever operation they got going on. So I'm definitely ready to see how Donnell puts everybody in their place because yeah, it's needed. He's the one that's coming to bring the truth, and I'm excited for it because it's needed. And ooh, Vanessa girl, can you just cry? Like just let it out. Cause her trying to hold back tears just makes everything worse. I'm like, girl, just say what you mean and mean what you say. Cause I'm tired of watching you choke down tears. I don't believe half of them anyways, because you still want Joey, even in the midst of all this. It's not like she's really sorry for having an affair. She's just sorry that she wasn't there to keep Doug from driving drunk. If he would have never gotten this accident, she wouldn't have changed anything, which is why she was in Mexico with Joey in the first place. So, nah, girl, you took that wedding ring off. Stand on it. You weren't the one to make him drive drunk, but you definitely didn't help the situation. So, blaming yourself, no. But excusing yourself, also no. How did I let the sweetest of dreams slip away? And I'm afraid the hurt is here to stay. Martin and Smitty are officially no longer together. And oh my God, that was such a sad scene. They set it up perfectly. Martin made a romantic dinner, and Smitty thought it was sweet. He thought that they were going to go upstairs and have a great time like they did last time. But Martin was not with it. He was like, last time we did that, you kicked me out again. You didn't let me stay in the bed. I had to sleep on the couch, and you're still acting like we're not together. And I can't take that anymore. I completely understand where he's coming from. You can't do that back and forth, sir. Smitty, you have to get off of your high horse and say where you stand. So they're not together anymore, and it's pretty sad. I'm actually quite sad about it. Hopefully, they find their way back to each other. I know that they still love each other very much, but sometimes love just isn't enough. We just gonna have to wait and see. I just want to say thank y'all so much for rocking with me every week, being in the comments, talking back to me, and just really being in conversation with me about the show. I love this show, and I love that we have created our own little community. Hit me in the comments and let me know how you felt about it. How did you feel about the Duprees' reaction to Danny and Andre's marriage? Do you think they're being a lot or a little judgmental? How do you feel about Martin and Smitty not being together anymore? The blow up between Kat and Eva. So much has happened. Hit me in the comments. Let me know how you feel. And I'm so excited for us to be together again next week. Beyond the Gate.